Have you ever caught yourself pushing off your thighs to stand up? Or avoiding that lower chair because you're not sure your legs will cooperate? Maybe tying your shoes feels like more of a chore. Maybe you grab the wall a little more often, just in case. If that sounds familiar, I want you to hear this clearly. It's not because you're lazy. It's not because you're just getting old. It's your legs quietly telling you, we're losing strength, and we need your help. For most people over 60, that loss starts small. You skip the stairs, just today. You start holding onto furniture more. You avoid getting down to the floor because getting back up feels uncertain. And then one day, it's not just an inconvenience, it's a risk. Falls, hospital visits, relying on other people for basic things. That's what we're trying to prevent. You've probably been told, just walk more. Walking is great for your heart and your mood, but it's not enough to rebuild real leg strength. So in today's video, I want to show you something different. Not a generic list of easy exercises, but 5 at-home movements that wake up deep muscles that walking never touches. Retrain your brain to talk to your legs again. Improve circulation, balance, and confidence. And, most importantly, help protect your independence. You won't need a gym. You won't need machines. You won't even need to get down on the floor for most of these. Just a chair, a little space, and a willingness to move with intention. Before we start, I'd love to know, tell me your name and where you're watching from in the comments. I really enjoy seeing this little community of strong, determined people from all over the world. All right, let's rebuild your legs and your confidence from the ground up. A quick safety note before we move. If you've had recent surgery, major joint replacements, severe arthritis flares, uncontrolled blood pressure, dizziness, or balance disorders, please check with your doctor or physical therapist before starting. Nothing in this video should cause sharp pain, intense dizziness, or numbness. Mild effort, gentle muscle burn, or a feeling of awakening is okay. Pain is not. Move with respect for your body. We're training for longevity, not punishment. All right, let's begin with a position that has kept older adults mobile for centuries in many parts of the world, and most Western bodies have forgotten it completely. The deep ground hold, a modern Asian squat for hips, ankles, and your nervous system. If you travel through parts of Asia, you'll see something remarkable. Men and women in their 60 seconds, 70 seconds, even 80 seconds, dropping into a deep resting squat to chat, eat, or just relax, and then standing back up smoothly. For many people in the West, that position feels impossible. But here's the truth. Your body was originally designed to do this. The deep ground hold, a modern, gentle version of the Asian squat, is not just an exercise. It's a whole body reset. When you move toward this position, even if you only go halfway, you're mobilizing your hips, opening your ankles, recruiting your glutes and thigh muscles, is stimulating your pelvic floor, and teaching your nervous system to stay calm and in control in a low position. That last part is huge. Most dangerous falls happen when we're low and unstable, bending, reaching, or catching ourselves awkwardly. If your brain doesn't know how to handle your body near the ground, it panics. The deep ground hold teaches your system, I can be low and safe. It can also gently decompress your lower back, help digestion, and reconnect you to a posture humans used long before chairs existed. Let's try a gentle version together. How to ease into the deep ground hold. You can do this with a chair, a countertop, or the back of a sofa in front of you for support. Stand with your feet slightly wider than shoulder width. Turn your toes outward a little, about 20-30 degrees. Place your hands on the chair or counter in front of you. Slowly start to bend your knees and lower your hips down. Go only as far as feels safe. If your heels want to lift, place a small rolled towel under them. Keep your chest as lifted as you comfortably can. Let your elbows rest lightly inside your knees if you can reach that low. If not, that's totally fine. Once you find your comfortably challenging position, breathe in slowly through your nose. Breathe out slowly through your mouth. Stay here for about 10-20 seconds at first. Then press gently through your heels. Use your hands for support if needed, and stand back up. You are not trying to win a flexibility contest. You are teaching your hips, ankles, and nervous system. We can do this again. Over time, you can. Hold longer, Tredaba, Femokfir, seconds. Go a little deeper. Rely less on your hands for support. Even a partial version of this hold practiced consistently can lead to looser hips, easier bending, better bowel movements, and a quieter, calmer lower back. If this already felt like a workout, good. That means your body has a huge potential to improve. Now let's move to an exercise you can do sitting in a chair that quietly retrains one of the most important muscles for standing up and climbing stairs. Seated leg extensions. Wake up your stand-up muscles. Think about what happens when you get up out of a chair, walk up a step, rise from the toilet. The muscles on the front of your thigh, your quadriceps, are doing a lot of that work. After 60, many people avoid stairs, sit more, and move less. Slowly, the brain forgets how to fully recruit those thigh muscles. The result? Knees that feel wobbly, legs that fatigue quickly, standing up that feels like a big effort. The seated leg extension is gentle, joint-friendly, and incredibly effective at reconnecting your brain and your quads. How to do seated leg extensions. Sit in a sturdy chair. Sit tall near the front edge of the seat. Feet flat on the floor, knees bent about 90 degrees. Place your hands lightly on the sides of the chair or on your thighs. Now, slowly straighten your right leg out in front of you. You don't have to lock the knee, just aim for almost straight. As you reach the top, squeeze your thigh muscle, really focus on that contraction. Hold for 2-3 seconds. Slowly lower your foot back down. Then switch legs. Go for about 6 repetitions per leg. Rest for 20-30 seconds. Repeat for 2 rounds. Key tips. Move slowly. This is not kicking. It's controlled lifting. Imagine your brain sending a clear message. Thigh, wake up and help me. Keep your chest lifted and avoid leaning back hard into the chair. If you're feeling confident later on, you can. Add a light ankle weight or loop a resistance band behind your lower leg. But you don't need any equipment to get a powerful benefit. The real magic is in the mind-muscle connection. You're not just building strength, you're teaching your nervous system. When I need to stand, these muscles fire. Next, we'll move to the side of your hips, an area almost no one trains, yet it plays a massive role in whether you feel steady or not. Side leg raise with core engagement. Build your anti-fall muscles. If you've ever felt unsteady, turning quickly in the kitchen, stepping sideways around furniture, or catching yourself on a side step, you've already met the consequences of a weak side hip. The key muscle here is the gluteus medius, located at the outer side of your hip. It quietly keeps your pelvis level, your knees aligned, and your steps stable. When it's weak, you may notice your hips dropping slightly side to side as you walk, your knees collapsing inward, extra strain in your lower back or knees. The side leg raise, when done with a bit of core engagement, is one of the simplest ways to wake this muscle up again. How to do it safely. Stand next to a wall, countertop, or the back of a chair. Place one hand lightly on your support. Stand tall with your feet about hip-width apart. Soften the knee of the leg you'll be standing on. Don't lock it. Gently engage your abdomen as if tightening a soft belt. Now, shift your weight onto your left leg. Slowly lift your right leg out to the side. Toes pointing mostly forward, not up toward the ceiling. You don't need to go high, even 15-20 centimeters off the floor is enough. Hold for 1-2 seconds at the top. Lower slowly with control. Repeat 10-12 times, then switch sides. Aim for 2-3 rounds on each leg, resting as needed. Important cues. Avoid leaning your torso in the opposite direction. That's your body trying to cheat. Think of moving your leg away from your body, not your body away from your leg. Stay tall through your spine. If you'd like to progress later, you can place a light ankle weight or a small resistance band around your ankles. But again, the priority is control, not height. As this muscle strengthens, many people notice. Their walking feels smoother. Sideways steps feel safer. Their knees and lower back complain less. Now, we've worked your thighs and your side hips. Next, we're going down to the calves, which are far more important than most people realize. Toe raises with breathing, stronger calves, better circulation, calmer nervous system. Look down at your lower legs for a moment. Those calf muscles are not just there for looks. They're part of what many doctors call your second heart. Every time your calves contract, they help pump blood and lymph fluid back up toward your heart. As we move less with age, that pump weakens, and we start to see swollen ankles, heaviness or fatigue in the legs, cold feet, dizziness when getting up too quickly. Toe raises are a gentle way to wake that pump back up, and when we synchronize them with your breath, they also become a powerful tool for balance and nervous system calm. How to do toe raises with breath. Stand near a wall or countertop. Place your fingertips lightly on the surface for support. Stand with your feet about hip-width apart. Soften your knees slightly. Now we'll combine movement and breathing. Inhale slowly through your nose as you rise up onto the balls of your feet. Hold at the top for 1-2 seconds. Exhale slowly through your mouth as you lower your heels back down to the floor. Repeat this smooth rhythmic motion 12-15 times. Rest briefly. Do 2-3 rounds. To make it more effective, move slowly, like you're lifting and lowering through thick honey. Think about growing taller as you rise. Feel your calves working and your body gently adjusting to keep balance. If this feels easy and safe, you can add a little challenge. Do the last few reps with eyes closed, but only if you're next to something sturdy and feel secure. Or try it barefoot, which wakes up the small stabilizing muscles in your feet. This simple movement can improve circulation, reduce that heavy sluggish feeling in your legs, strengthen the muscles that stabilize your ankles, and teach your body to associate standing tall with calm, steady breathing. We're almost there. Our last exercise looks incredibly simple, but it's secretly training your brain and your legs at the same time. Seated march with mental cues. Train your legs and your brain together. Walking well is not just about muscles. It's about timing, rhythm, and coordination. As we age, those signals between brain and body can get a little fuzzy, especially when we're doing more than one thing at once, like walking while talking or carrying something and turning. That's where the seated march with mental cueing comes in. This exercise strengthens your hip flexors and core, trains your brain to send clear, coordinated signals, improves rhythm and timing, and does all of that while you're sitting safely in a chair. How to do seated march with cueing. Sit tall in a sturdy chair, feet flat on the floor, knees bent at about 90 degrees, hands resting lightly on your thighs or at your sides. Now we add movement and a cue. Lift your right knee a few inches off the floor, as if you're starting a march. As you do, say out loud or clearly in your mind, right up. Lower your right foot back down. Lift your left knee and say, left up. Continui alternating. Right up, left up, right up, left up. Do this for about 30-60 seconds at a comfortable tempo. Rest. Repeat for 2-3 rounds. To increase the challenge over time, you can add a light tap of your opposite hand to your lifted knee. Right knee up, left hand taps, right up. Or lift your arms slightly out in front while you march. Or play soft music and match your marching to the beat. Remember, the goal here isn't to sweat, it's to build clear communication between mind and muscles. Over time, this helps with walking more smoothly, turning without feeling lost in space, recovering your balance when you're distracted. You're literally teaching your brain and your legs to be teammates again. Quick mid-video check-in. Let's talk about you. We've covered 4 powerful movements already, plus that deep ground position. If you're still with me, it tells me something important. You are not interested in sliding quietly into weakness. You're interested in staying capable, steady, and independent as long as you possibly can. That's exactly what this channel, True Senior Healthness, is all about. So if you haven't yet, hit subscribe. Tap the bell so you don't miss new videos on strength, balance, and joint-friendly movement. And let me know in the comments. Which of today's exercises feels most important for your body right now? Your answers help me shape future routines that meet you where you are. Now, let's talk about how to put all of this together into something simple you can actually stick with. How to turn these 5 moves into a simple routine. You don't need an hour a day. You don't need perfection. You just need consistency. Here's one way to structure these exercises, 3-5 days per week. Deep ground hold, modern Asian squat, supported. 2-3 holds of 10-30 seconds, seated leg extensions. 2-3 sets of 10-12 reps per leg, side leg raises with core engagement. 2-3 sets of 10-12 reps per side. Toe raises with breathing. 2-3 sets of 12-15 slow reps. Seated march with mental cueing. 2-3 rounds of 30-60 seconds. You can rest as needed between sets. If that feels like too much at first, here are some easier ways to begin. Day 1, just the seated leg extension and toe raises. Day 2, just the side leg raises and seated march. Try the deep ground, hold a few seconds at a time, maybe holding onto the kitchen counter. The point is not to do everything perfectly. The point is to send your body a clear message, day after day. You're still needed. You're still capable. I'm not done using these legs. How you'll know it's working? You might not see dramatic changes in the mirror, but you will start to notice subtle wins. Getting up from a chair feels smoother. You don't grab the wall as often. Stairs feel slightly less intimidating. Your ankles and calves feel more alive. Your steps feel more intentional, less tentative. These improvements may seem small, but they add up to something massive: independence. Because leg strength isn't about fitness vanity at this stage of life. It's about getting to the bathroom safely at night, going out with friends without worrying about every step, playing with grandkids on the floor and getting back up, staying in your own home longer, on your own terms. That's what we're protecting. A few important reminders. If anything causes sharp pain, especially in a joint, stop that movement and talk to a professional. If you feel dizzy or lightheaded, sit down, breathe, and reassess. Start smaller than you think you should. Success is built on wins, not on pushing to the point of setback. Celebrate effort, not perfection. Remember what one physical therapist said: most people don't lose strength because of age. They lose strength because they stopped asking their body to be strong. You're changing that today. Your next step: don't wait for a scare. Most people only take their leg strength seriously after a near fall, a fracture, a scary moment on the stairs. You don't have to wait for that. You can start now, even if it's just 30 seconds of seated marching, 10 gentle toe raises at the counter, 1 attempt at the deep ground hold with lots of support. That tiny action today is a seed. Your future self, walking tall, standing steady, and moving freely, grows from that seed. So before you click away, I want you to choose one of these. Type in the comments, "I'm starting with today." Or stand up right now and try the seated leg extension or toe raises while you're still thinking about it. If this video helped you, give it a like so more people over 50 can find it. Share it with a friend, parent, or neighbor who's been saying, "My legs just aren't what they used to be." Sometimes a simple video is the nudge that stops a quiet decline. Thank you for spending this time with me and for investing in your own strength and freedom. Your legs carry you through your life. Now, let's keep them strong enough to take you where you still want to go. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, move gently, move consistently, and never stop showing up for yourself.